doing?
What's your last name, man? Smith?
Kyle.
Elaine Hiles, Merrill Lynch.
You used to be in Merrill Lynch?
No, well, we could be.
So, you were a veteran. Where did you fight?
I was in from 99 to 2001. And I was stationed at Nellis Air Force Base, Las Vegas, Nevada, Desert Storm era.
So, you never went overseas? What were you doing?
What am I doing?
No, what were you doing then?
Oh, I was vehicle operations. I drove pilots to and from their aircraft. Flight line taxi every other month. On call for the pilots and their sorties when they'd fly. And then I drove, we had federal inmates that we drive to and from their jobs every day, and then visiting squadrons come, we bus them to their hotels.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in nowhere in particular, actually.
All over?
My father's a Marine.
So all over?
Every 6 months we moved.
Whereabouts did you go? All over the States or overseas?
I was born in Pensacola, Florida.
Really?
And
that's where I live.
Okay. I was born in Pensacola, Florida, at the Naval Base, and my father's family was from Old Bridge, New Jersey, and my mother's family was from Tuscaloosa and Bessemer, Alabama. And they met in Florida, and then they split.
So you lived between?
Mm-hmm. I stayed with my father. He took me away from my mother. She wasn't the best mother. But the time I had my father was great. I had a really good life.
Is he around?
No, he died. He died in service. When I was 9 years old, he died in a mid-air collision in a helicopter.
So how did, from being in service to this, what happened?
I came back to my home of record. I state hopped from Nevada back here. I get a job. I'd be homeless for a little bit. I get a job, get a place to stay, save up enough money to make the next hop.
What kind of jobs?
I worked
jobs,
at the casino. I worked waitressing. I did roofing. I did maintenance work at 2 apartment complexes. So
And how old are you now?
I'm 36.
Must be beautiful looking girl earlier. I mean,
was
you
really
still are.
pretty. I was a knockout. I had 21 boyfriends when I was 21.
So what?
Now I know you're Janet.
What? So what happened?
Homelessness, malnutrition, lack of proper medical care. Even when I was pregnant with my son, I didn't get medical insurance until I was 8 months pregnant. So I was doing things holistically.
Is he around?
The state took him.
States took him. How old is he now?
He is now 7 years old.
What happens from now? What happens now?
Unless I get housing and unless I get a stable income, I can't get my son back, and I'm gonna stay here.
Do you want to stay here?
No, not at all.
What would you like a magic wand to do?
There's no such thing as a magic wand.
What if there was?
I'd like a leg again, so I can start working again, be a productive part.
But you can use computers and all.
I'm not real good at them, but
Well, you don't have to be good at it. You're good. You're not.
I keep trying to buy a computer. It keeps getting stolen from other people in the streets. But
Do you go to library and use it, your email and stuff? Never?
No, actually, I lost a lot of short-term memory with my leg being taken, and the anesthesia, they said it might affect it, and it has. Bad. I've lost all passwords, phone numbers, everything. I don't remember
do that.
anything.
But
It's okay.
you don't have a current email, the phone number.
Phone keeps getting stolen.
But the Obama phone, they keep sending you new
They
phones.
told me I'm
right?
not eligible.
What?
Yeah.
What is
I'm
that
not
supposed to
eligible for
mean?
Food stamps. I'm not eligible for the Obama phone.
Why?
Because they make too much money.
Where do you make it from?
$741.
How do you make $700?
I get veterans disability, and
Veterans
it's not even at
disqualifies
100%
you
yet.
from that?
Yeah.
But why then? If you make $700 a month, why don't you get an apartment in a smaller city?
By law, they're only allowed to rent to you a third of your income. And a third of your income at $741 a month is like 200 something. So that was a big problem. So as I started filing,
Rooms
I
aren't
got
$250. They're more than that.
yeah.
But you can get, say, in
Right
Atmore,
now-
Alabama, where you used to live, was $200 a month for a 2-bedroom
Yeah,
apartment.
but think about the transportation issue I'm going to have. There's not regular public transportation. I have no vehicle. I have no license.
But there's like public buses and everything.
They don't run that well in other cities. I came back to the Tri-State area because it was a better transportation system. But
You go off the train, she needs the bus to Philly. She get around.
I'm transient between Philadelphia, trying to get help. Like I go to the VA. I'm now up to 80% disability on the VA, and I have my SSD. So altogether, my income would allot me $640 a month for rent. That's a third of my income. There's a woman that goes by, and she's waiting on one of her units to vacate.
Right now, you're getting from the government $750 a month.
That's from Social Security. From VA disability, I had 50%, and I fought 6 years to get. And then I just got bumped up to 80%, and I didn't do that, so I don't know how that happened. But they bumped me up to 80%, which put me above the bracket for income-based housing, so I'm not eligible for that. But if I can find a place for rent for $640 a month, I can rent it.
For $640 a month, you're willing to pay $640 a month as rental.
Well, it's not even my willingness. I'm willing to pay more than that. But by law, they're only allowed to charge me a third of my income, and that's $640 a month.
Well, what's your third of the income? What's your income now?
My income altogether is $1,720.
And you can't have a house in $1,700.
You're not listening to me. I cannot by law. The landlords are going by laws. I have to only go by what they say. Now, if I go and check out a place and it's $900, which I've done, and said, oh, well, great, I'll sacrifice and I'll take this place. Well, I'm sorry, but your income is this much, and by law, we're only allowed to rent to you at a third of your income, and that is
You can't find a
less
one
than
bedroom
this.
for $600 in this city that's not very expensive.
No.
Yeah, the ratios.
The
is
ratio
not
of
rare.
income here is more than Philadelphia for rentals. Like, yeah, on average, a one-bedroom apartment is about $700 to $900.
And mine is $825 in Haddonfield. You see
So-
the disparity here?
The lady that I'm speaking with that has a bunch of rentals said that she has veteran units that are like $580 a month. So I'm waiting for one of them to
It's
empty.
usury. The buy price is not much.
But you're
The
not,
rent price is
you're not willing to live in another city.
I don't mind living in another city if transportation's good. The problem is that now as an amputee, I'm hit with a lot of lack of handicap accessibility. Even with the trains in Philadelphia, there's a few stops further out that are not handicap accessible. There's not more than 3 places, stores-wise, in this city that I can get into. I have to sit outside and ask somebody to go in for me, and then you run into whether or not the store is going to give me the thing because it might not be the person that paid for it, and they don't want to give it to me because it's not me that paid for it as far as they're concerned. Or I have people that take my money and they go inside the store and they don't go in the store. They zip around the corner and they take off and I can't chase them. So, it's a big problem.
You're a smart girl, though. Well, what are the books you were reading?
The Finding the Path to Financial Prosperity. It is basically a workbook on how to plan on saving on an IDA. And I didn't know what an IDA was, and someone was throwing these away. There's huge packets of them, so I put them there for a bunch of other homeless people to grab as they go by. They love to steal stuff. So I figured maybe it'll do them some good.
Have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad yet? Have you heard of it?
I have, but no, I haven't read it. I like reading. I'm doing a workbook, like I'm in school again. So
I think you should read that book.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Think and Grow Rich and Rich Dad Poor Dad. 2 books you should read.
Okay, let me put the name down.
And is there a library near here?
There is at the college, but I don't go.
Like, are there computers you can use there?
Yes, there are.
Now, how much would a leg cost?
How much would a leg cost? I have no clue. And I've been wanting to have access to a computer so I can try and contact some of the places that build them to see if they wouldn't, like, help me out either with a discount or even just a donation of a leg so that I
But
can-
how do people, like, I have a good network. I think I can raise funds for you to get a leg. But how do I get in touch with you? That's the
here?
problem, huh?
either come here or on Lehigh and Masher, Philadelphia.
But why don't you get an email?
It's not that I don't want to, it's that I keep forgetting passwords. I've done multiple emails.
But
I
you
can't
can-
retain the passwords. When I write it down, I have property stolen all the time, or the rain.
Keep a simple
the
one.
snow. It happens. Yeah, no, I have done that. I just have to redo that. I haven't had an opportunity since the last time to do so. Now you said Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Rich Dad Poor Dad and Think and Grow Rich.
I used to be very active in an addiction in my effort to escape from the catastrophic reality my life had become. And when I sat down and did the math on it, it really upset me how much money I had put into that instead of myself. So that's when I started trying to do financial planning. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I'm sorry.
Think and Grow Rich. And I'll give you my card. If you send me an email, I'll send you the books.
Right on. I appreciate that. I've been using, I don't know if you're familiar with any veterans organizations, but they have a day center called The Perimeter is the nickname for it, but it's Veterans Multi-Service Center. That's where you get my mail at in Philadelphia. It's on 4th and Florist. books?
No, if you get an email, I'll send you the books by email.
Okay. You know.
And if you get an email and you start using regularly, I can teach you a program where I'll be happy to give you computers also as a gift.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much so, because not enough people are compassionately trying to assist. And I see just with this that you're trying to actively do something.